Alrighty then, everything should be good, everything should be going. Oh, I completely forgot about that. I need to change my frames. 60, increase the audio. When it's just me, I generally turn down the frames and the audio simply because I don't need either of those. So I have a basic mob farm or mob grinder currently going. I have a bunch of spawners inside the thing. As you can see, it's all running. All the loot kind of comes into this chest here, this crate, where I then use computer craft to sort between non-stackable and stackable. Currently, I'm just avoiding all the non-stackable because I'm not sure what to do with it. In the past, I've tried to keep it all and like repair the armor through the various means and then like smelt it down to get the nuggets out of it, but like it's a lot of work for very little resources, so I'm not really sure it's all worth it. Here's all the stackable stuff. You see, I've gotten quite a bit in a fairly short amount of time. Let's just introduce that into the system. Oh, right. Huh. These are kind of flowing in the wrong direction. There we go. Okay, that's better. I always have kind of a list of things that I want to cover. And then I completely forget about it. Oh, you know what? I know what to do next. Something that really needs to be done. I was originally going to have the mob grinder a bit more, well, it still might turn more complex than it currently is. But, something, brain fart. Anyway, what was I going to do? Oh yeah, so I got a wireless access point and a dimensional card, or a dimension card. Kind of somewhat expensive for the right stars and for infinite range boosters, and is not part of vanilla, but you know, whatever. It looked like there was actually a few different ones. No specific reason for picking this one. Range infinite, energy usage 100 AE per tick. That's expected. Toss this in here. Perfect, linked. Okay. And now I should be able to just do this. Maybe it was this. Ah, yes, there we go. Okay, cool, cool, cool. That's interesting. Put A. Because I don't remember searching for that last comment. I guess I must have. Okay. Oh, right. I needed some levers for the project. Okay. So let's start off with something that was probably visible earlier. Windows. For these two floors, I have replaced the window or the exterior wall with the glass, and it's the fused quartz that players can move through. Probably eventually do that one as well, but I haven't quite gotten to that. And I think it looks a little bit nicer, maybe not from the outside, but from the inside. Now we can see outside and kind of get a bit of a view here. And I kind of somewhat regret putting this underground. I mean, you get a little bit here, so I can kind of see if it's day or night outside. Well, that's kind of about it. Now, as you can imagine, this required a lot of this glass, or more specifically, the part of the glass that makes it so that it doesn't block the player. So I built this machine. It was initially intended to be kind of just a quick, dirty, temporary thing. And I suppose it still is kind of a quick, dirty, temporary thing, but my god, this thing was involved. Originally, I tried doing this with just laser I/O, but one, I could not get that to work, and then two, when I removed the laser I/O system, uh, games kept crashing again. And I had to revert to a backup, which apparently screwed up some of the chunk saving, so I had to restore those chunks from an earlier save. They were in a region that I didn't visit all that often or change all that much, so I was able to just grab the region from an older backup and stick it in without any issues. Then I tried, well, I guess I should probably mention what the problem was that I had with it. So we have shiny villagers. When you spawn in a villager from this thing, sometimes it comes in as a shiny villager. Uh, the what you need are regular villagers because used. Hard to describe this without actually seeing it on screen. Okay, so to make the glass not solid to players, you need a player token. Player tokens are made with a villager filled soul file and a dark steel grinding ball. So, laser I/O. Laser I cannot tell the difference between a filled soul file with a villager in it or with a shiny villager in it. The shiny ones cannot be used for this recipe. So if you get a shiny one, it's going to try to shove it in here. So I had to find a way to sort between, or to tell the difference between a shiny villager and a regular villager in the file. Now, I tried originally to use, well, I guess, no, not originally, since technically I used laser I/O for it, but I tried to use computer craft to try to sort between them, but as it turns out, computer craft cannot read item NBT data for some reason, which is kind of weird to me. So I had to build this integrated dynamic system, which can read item NBT data. Come over here. Simple script that I wrote here. It just goes through all the slots. If it's a entity that's, oh wait, if it's an item that is a filled vial, then it looks closer at it. If it is a villager, then we push it into the tub of good vials. If not, we push it into the tub of bad vials. So this is the tub of good vials. As you can see, there aren't any in here because they've already been converted. And this is the tub of bad vials. Not really a whole lot to it. I have a stocking thing keeping 64 empty soul files into this dispenser. And when it's filled, Integrated Dynamics puts it into one of these two barrels. If it goes into this barrel, the laser I/O pulls it out and sticks it into this machine, where we already have a dark steel grinding ball here waiting to be converted. And that enabled me to get enough of those things to make the glass I needed. Let's see, what else? I realized I forgot to actually put a source jar above this thing previously. I don't know what source it was using. Maybe it doesn't actually require source. I'm pretty sure it does, though, so I have no idea where it was getting its source from. But it was working just fine without it. I don't know. Well, it has a jar now, so that's something. I've gone through and replaced all of the normal relays that I had, connecting these things with splitters. Then It will make it easier for me to branch off of them in the future. And if we come over to the description here, source, splitter. The splitter has a much larger throughput than source relay. So, in theory, these things can move more stuff. Though it's kind of bottlenecked at the very start where it all comes from a collector relay. Stupid thing. Trapped. Um, yeah. So, I moved my scribing table here because I now have almost all the glyphs unlocked. I moved it here because I have this barrel here with all the essence in it, so I didn't have to keep pulling essence. And, so I just got all the glyphs that I was able to here. That worked quite well. I'm gonna leave that there for now. What else did I do? I in the future, I'm probably gonna want to have more inventories linked up to this create system. And so having the packer here to combine the packages at the source, well, nice. Has issues later on, or could cause issues later on, as if I have it set up somewhere else, then I would have to either pipe them in here so that they can be properly repackaged as well. Well, let me say that again because I don't think the words came out right. If I have an inventory that it's taking from somewhere else, then I would need to take the package and either pipe it into this system with the others to have them repackaged into one, or I need to modify it so that the repackaging was done at the destination rather than the source, as I've done here. I've gone through and every multi item recipe machine thing that would need things to be repackaged, I've gone through and placed a repackager at them all. So this one, I'm not sure why the frog on the repacker over a hopper pushing into the packager works just fine here. It did not work over here. Over here, I had to have the frogs go into an inventory before the repackager. I don't know why, but the packages would just sit forever on the frog if I didn't do it like this. So, packages arrive here, they get stored in the barrel. Repackager grabs them. It also needs a redstone signal. That one does not for some reason. So, repackager grabs the packages from there, moves them into the unpacker, which then pushes them into the machine. Yes. I have replaced this depositor relay with just a splitting relay and statically set it up to all jars. I don't know what kind of overhead the collector or the dispenser have, but if you have jars like statically placed like this that aren't being like constantly moved or replaced, it's probably better to just statically link them. And I noticed that this thing is not statically linked to anything, despite the fact that I know for a fact I statically linked them to all of them. Wait a minute. If it's not, then how about the one under it? Okay, so that one is still linked up to things. Little burst of lag there. Okay, this thing's forgotten it's supposed to be linked up to these jars here. That's kind of weird. I don't know why I forgot this. And I don't know why it's lagging so much right now. One location? Excuse me? Why is it only sending to one location? Oh, it must have gotten reverted during one of the crashes. Okay. Wait, did the other ones get reverted then too? Are you still a splitter? You are indeed still a splitter. You are, of course, a splitter. You are a splitter. But why are you sending to one location? You should be sending to two. What location are you sending to? You should be going up here, I believe. Wait. Oh, no, no, that was actually correct. I was just confused. Okay. So you should be going here. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, so this must have just this must have gotten lost in one of the crashes. Need a whole bunch of these splitters. Yeah, also this pickaxe is way too good. Like, I keep trying to break one block and I end up taking out every block. That's what efficiency does to you. Okay, where did that... There it is. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. I had a number of crashes. As a result of whatever that laser IO bug is that I keep getting. And that must have caused me to lose this, and by that I mean that it must, when I backed it up, or when I restored from a backup, the backup didn't have the change that I had made here. Okay, that should be all the jars. 15 jars. Yep, that's good. Good, 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 good. Okay. What else? Oh, so, regarding that, crash that kept happening, um, one of the things I did to actually try to fix it was I updated to the latest version of all the mods 10. There's apparently 5 more versions, or 5 updates that I hadn't installed yet. So now we're on the latest one, which has a new mod. Draconic Evolution, which is a very good mod. I missed it in my last playthrough. Glad to see that it's back. And it adds its own ores, which would not have appeared anywhere in any of my worlds up to this point. So I made the decision to simply reset everything but the overworld. So I have a new nether, new mining dimension, new end, just so I can get hold of those ores. Yes. Speaking of which, I'm not entirely sure how to conic. Okay, good. I have some ore. I'm not entirely sure how this ore should be handled. Is it subject to fortune? I got 4 fortune. I don't know if that's normal. Huh, okay, oh yeah, so, had numerous issues with the, system here. Items kept flying out still, even with with 2 of these absorption hoppers. But I put up a glass, casing thing that prevented that, and it seems to be working. Items can only be shot straight up. And then I had bottlenecking issues here. Yeah, it was here. So this actually completely filled up, so I had to put in some stack upgrades. And my one thing here was not going fast enough, so I made 1 into 5. And it seems to work quite well. I also did some experimenting with the ore doubler spell here, and I discovered that its base will handle 4 items, and each AoE adds an additional 4 items. So this spell can handle a total of 28 items. And I've gone through, modified the turrets to all use it, and I modified the code to all to do 28 items instead of 8 items. I've also updated the turrets to the more efficient enchanted spell turrets. And then we come to the next bottleneck that I had. So I could not get this to go faster. Like, we had the original 3 here. I eventually upgraded to 10. It couldn't keep up. I upgraded to 20 of these things. Still could not keep up. I went through and I put in a max speed and energy upgrades into all of them. Still was not able to really get through this. And then I realized only this one was actually getting items. The mechanism pipe that I had on this thing was just not up to the task of pulling items for the mechanism machines. So I swapped it out for this item pipe here, gave it a ultimate pipe upgrade, and it chews through hundreds of items very, very quickly. And now that I'm here, I'm going to toss this onto this. Does draconium. Add this to the filter. Or is draconium? All right. And with that, I can probably toss this in here. Toss that in there. Don't we need to be carrying that around? Okay, so What else? I think there was probably a few other things that I'm forgetting about. Oh, yes. Creosote oil. So, I originally had this set to 1,000, or not this one set to 1,000 buckets, which is what I got for my initial creation there. But I decided since I have the space over here in this thing for way more, I might as well just have it keep more on hand. So I changed to 3,000 buckets and just kind of left it there. I think it's actually been a couple of uh, streams since I made that change, but I just wasn't getting the creosote oil. Like it just wasn't building up past 1,000 or past the initial amount that I had there. I even got to the point where I made this thing and I wrote down the number of how much was in there so that I could keep track of it and actually see that it was in fact not changing over time. I swapped out the pipe systems, or what I was using to pipe fluids out, um, and that didn't fix anything. So I started, so I Googled it, and apparently Applied Energistics has a known issue when interfacing with the sink for cooking for blockheads. Apparently, if you do not have a filter on this thing, it will try to put every single fluid inside the sink, and the sink will accept every single fluid and voids them. So got that fixed now. We have a filter on that, so only water goes to or from the sink now, and the other fluids are now going where they belong, and this is starting to build up. Oh, I also needed cake, or I needed milk to make a cake for one of the glyphs. So I made a cow in a jar and just have it pumping into uh, this thing here. So I maintains 384 buckets at all times of milk for me to just use for whatever. It's a fair amount of cake. Oh, also the mushrooms do not work for the cow in a jar. You have to use like a normal cow. I pulled out one of the mushrooms, hit it with the anvil, and it took serious amount of damage but didn't jarify. And then, oop. Oh yeah, I guess I should probably cover that real quick. So how the triggering mechanism here works is we have a tripwire right here. The villager actually kind of spawns in above, like one block above the duplicator for some reason, and then falls down, which causes it to trip the tripwire, which triggers the dispenser, which fills the soul file full of said villager. Now, interestingly enough, the soul files, they work in the dispenser, but they don't work in deployers. I was originally trying to use a create deployer, and it couldn't use them for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, so this over here. I started working on automating this, and I kind of realized this is probably something that should be done on stream. Yes. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Now, thing is, this thing requires a redstone signal to function, but I don't think there's any harm of just keeping it with a redstone signal, just all the time. I was originally going to put like laser IO stuff underneath of all these positions in the thing itself, but I'm not so sure. I might put it on top now. Well, the thing is that I kind of want to be able to see what's on the pedestals. So, like, oh, right. I don't have to go all the way back there anymore. I can just do this. I can just do this. Uh, laser IO. Just give me two of these things for a moment. Now, what? Oh, that must have been from this, letting me know. Okay, letting me know that it was actually done with the recipe. Interesting. Okay. Now, if we set a pedestal down, how does this look? Let's try that again. How does this look? Okay, there we go. Yeah, it kind of blocks the view. I don't really like that. That can work, but then we have visible lasers going down. Might be unavoidable. Okay. Nice that shows this hologram. Makes things a lot easier for me. Okay, so we need 10 of these things. Right. Not used to the new way of accessing this thing. So I need 8 more of these things. I need... $13 of these things, actually. Alright. Might also move this machine like right here and make it kind of more of a permanent fixture. Might also modify it so that it handles more than just villager files. That's actually kind of neat. Alrighty then. And last one will be for the inventory that the pattern thing pushes into. Might hide that in the corner here or something. Could work. Put that there. Okay, so an interesting thing about the laser IO system over here is these all have the default priorities and everything like that, so I've not manipulated it in any way. But when it makes something, it puts it into an interesting pattern where it will try to fill up these things first and then the corners, which is actually kind of how I want this to look. So we're probably fine just using like the default settings here. Oh, that one got two. Okay. Alright, and I should probably... Well, that's the thing is I don't want visible lasers going between them. Yeah, it's probably fine. Where is my laser wrench? Doohickey Bob. There it is. I see it. I seen it. Boop, 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 boop. I guess that's not too bad. Okay, and then this one, unlike the RS Magica system that does not accept items in the center thing until there's a valid recipe in all the other ones, mystical agriculture is not the same way. Oh, you know, we're gonna do things a little different. Any crashes? No crashes yet. Only a matter of time. Stick that in there. Okay, okay. And now I can move this here. Let that hole back up. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, and then this will extract. Spin this down. Wait. Shouldn't I have one more item card? I feel like I should have one more item card here. Okay, so I guess I did make item cards. Alright, I just didn't quite grab them all. I need a pattern. Pattern. One of these ones here. Just need a cable. Cable. Dense cable. Smart cable, there we go. Perfect, okay. Oh, wait, nope. Needs to be pointed towards the chest. Okay, so this thing's gonna put items into the chest. Laser IO will distribute the items then amongst the pedestals, placing the last item there, hopefully, which will then hopefully kick off the reaction. Plopping down the redstone block here. Might not be the best, since now it's looking for a recipe all the time. But it's fine, should be fine. And I don't really have a reason for having done this at this time. Like, I don't have anything I want it to make. Oh well. It's here now. Oh, yeah. Something I keep putting off. Probably not something that should be done on camera anyway. Oops. Okay, so what I'm thinking of is the AE2 computer core. Like, what I've got here is kind of just a temporary setup. It works, but like I'm starting to hit the upper limits of what this system can do. And probably be a good idea to... What is all of that? Oh, it's stone. Oh, wait, what? Why is stone going... What is that? Oh, okay, it's like uranium ore and stuff. Okay, we're good, we're good. So I'm going to need to build like a proper AE2 computer core. And it's going to be quite the pain in the ass, I think. It's probably best done off camera, honestly. So not right now then. Okay, what can I do on camera? Withers. I'd like to be able to automate wither battles. Or more accurately, automate the collection of nether stars from withers and other wither drops. But how am I going to do that? Well, let's see. We have a thing here. Do I have a recipe for it? No, I did not make the recipe for it. Wither. We have a wither builder here, which... Another one of these. Uh, uh, use these here. So we're gonna need another star for that. So got one soul sand here. Do we have? Okay, got this. So we'll work. Just need some skulls. That's a good amount. This pick is too good. Is this the fortune one? This is the fortune one. I need... Yep, okay. forgot I turned off hostile mob sounds because I was being driven nuts by this freaking Enderman. But that's fine. Silent Wither is an okay Wither. Okay. I probably shouldn't have put away the soul sand in the skull. I'll just grab those skulls. Okay, Wither Builder. What? Oh, okay. Do you not know how to make that? Oh. Okay, this is what I thought it was. Ether gas. Oh, okay. Hmm. How do I get ether gas? Laser drill? Looks like it's a fluid, though. Oh, I have to set up a laser drill. Wait. Over Wither? Excuse me? What? Are you saying I have to set up a laser drill and drill into a Wither? Okay, all right. Okay. Uh, hmm. Okay, that's something. All right, I guess I'm building a laser drill here. What is the mod? Okay. Okay, is it a fluid base that it needs? Laser drill fluids. So yeah, it's this fluid one that it needs, not the ore one. Okay, that's a thing. That is that is a thing. I don't have any diamond picks. Sometimes I'll get them as drops. I do indeed. Okay. And we're gonna need these things here. I guess actually these would probably be permanent. Oh, such lag. Probably just add a laser ore base as well. Oh, plastic. Why? All right, let's try fixing these recipes here. So they have the wrong plastic in them. Okay. Okay, okay. So how are we gonna do this? Oh, she's finished. Okay. Is there a way to get it to not move? It seemed like there was a way to hold things in place. Chemical dirt sounds funny. Stasis chamber. I think that might be what I'm looking for. Uh, just double check that. Okie dokie. Yeah, it looks like stasis chamber is indeed what I want. So. Okay, stasis chamber. Let's have a look at this thing here. Show the area. Pretty alright space. On the one hand, I want to test it out, but on the other hand, I don't want to get caught in it forever. Because that would kind of be bad. Let's see. Latch. What's the difference between the powered latch and the powered toggle latch? Okay, so what is the difference between that and a powered toggle? Oh, I see. Okay. We already have them in the system? No, I do not. I have these ones. You make one of these. Okay. Run with redstone signal. Okay, and then uh, timer. Huh. Say 1 minute. Do we have a button? Button. Launch Blackstone button. And we'll get a plug. Okay, after that fires, I'll push the button and run into it. And we'll see what happens. I can't move. I can jump. I can fly. Okay, okay. So I can get out myself. I don't need to rely on a timer to get me out. But like I can't move right now. Jump, I can fly. That's about it. That's kind of interesting. Okay, dokie. So where do we put this thing? Kind of thinking in here, honestly. No, that would require. Do we have ways of what is this mod called? Compact machines. Okay. Compact. No, there's no real way of connecting things, it looks like. Maybe. Where is my. There it is. Okay, so this is on the northern side. No connection. Oop, wrong one. Okay. How about pipes? No pipe. No pipe. Can I hit this with a wrench? No. How do we get things in and out? Alright, I'm gonna have to look this up. Okay, apparently this version does not have anything to get materials in and out of compact machines. You have to use uh, things that traverse dimensions naturally, like Ender's storage. That's great. Hmm. I need to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. need to conduct some tests. Don't know if the laser drill is going to be wither resistant. My guess is probably not. So, so and I already have skulls. Okay. That's over here. I keep forgetting. Oh, that's interesting. Uh, my blocks on the side there. I'm gonna need to leave an opening here for the test. Oh, damn it, I also need to. No, I need to also have an opening here. All right, well, just put down a whole bunch here. What the shit? Oh, you guys. All right, that should be plenty O blocks that way. And actually kind of do this sort of a thing. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't end poorly. Goddamn lag. Holy shit. Okay, get up. Nope, nope. Okay. Can I get through a one wide hole there? Yes, yes it can. Holy shit, okay. So that's a problem. Well, shoot. On the upside, the blast didn't seem to go off to the side too much. But the fact that it can fit into the one by one hole here, that's a bit of an issue. Just a little bit of an issue, since I need that in order to drill down into him. This is difficult design Dang. Hmm. Hard to see what those things are. Okay, well, I don't know. How wither resistant is the drill? What was the drill called again? It is liquid laser base. I'm not finding anything about the wither proofedness of it. Trying to think of worst case scenario. The thing could go horribly, horribly wrong, and the wither could be set free. Should be bad. Okay, so I'm thinking setting it up in here is probably my best bet. We need to stick it up in this corner. Stand on though. Let's wait the wither gets out. It's kind of somewhat contained. Hopefully I can avoid worst case scenario, but I'll need to plan for it at least. All right, so the thing here, take upgrades. Wow, that is hard to see in here. Okay. We can get different color. Nope. Okay, so upgrades. What kind of upgrades can I get for this thing? Well, maybe I should kind of build it first and then kind of figure out what upgrades I need for it then, because then I'll have a better idea of the dimensions that I'm actually going to be working with here. Okay, so uh, want enough space up here to kind of wander around on, so oop, 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 oop. So if I make it kind of here-ish. Okay, let's go 1, 2, 1, 2. Then we'll put the laser drills down. Laser drill things. Here. Is that correct? Kind of looks like it might be actually. Hard to tell though. No, because we got that there. So is it like this? Again? I don't think so. Well, whatever, we can just have that there as kind of a prop for the moment. And then we have things here. Well, that must be correct because, right? Though that actually looks like the way out. There's no way I could go down, right? You can't put the drill on its side, can you? Stasis chamber, I need to... I'm pretty sure you can't, like, stick this on its side or anything. But... would kind of coincide with that. Yeah, no, that's gotta be. This isn't making any sense to me. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, you can totally have it pointed down for some reason. I don't know why you would ever have it pointed down like that, but you can apparently do that. All right. So we're going to have that there. That there. That there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna also need a purple lens. Take to make a purple lens. Interesting. Okay, so what kind of pattern do I have on this thing here? Alright, well, I'm gonna need a bigger one. I don't need to go all the way over there for that. Well, I kind of do, actually. I can order it up here at least. Turn. Big. Oh, it's extended AE, not AE extended. Wait, no, that's not what I want. Uh, that's this machine, right? Interface. Extended AE. Pattern provider. What happened to the recipe? Did it used to be like a crafting recipe or something like that? Because I could just order those things before with no problem. Ramen beef. Okay, so that's actually a blank pattern. This one is copper nuggets. So we do have some invalid recipes. Copper use. Ooh, yeah. This is no doubt a result of updating. I don't know why copper nugget would get invalidated like that. It's a little weird. There's no way I did not have that as a recipe. Well, we have another one, silver nugget, and a silver ingot. Silver. What the hell? Must have gotten pulled. Silver ingot. Silver nugget. Seriously, where did that recipe go? I know I had it. I mean, the reason why I have all these ones here is because I was able to just... Uranium ingot is now invalid. Okay, that's interesting. Uranium. Is that ingot or not? That's ingot. Okay. There it is. Now that's actually correct. Okay, so I know I had the ability to just pull those things. So it would have been after that, right? Maybe not. That's interface. That's the pattern provider. It's crafting unit. Doesn't look like it's over here. Where the heck did that recipe get off to? I know I had it. So, crafting 9 charcoal with the charcoal block. Wait, what was that? Oh, okay, interesting. Sure. That looks like that's a non-issue anyway. We don't have any charcoal blocks for it to convert back into charcoal. Like, I refuse to believe that I did not have that as a recipe before. The reason why I have so many is because I could just simply pull them from the thing. I could just simply request them and instantly get them. Well, maybe not instantly, you know. I would get them after it made them. So I refuse to believe that that just simply is gone. Like, what happened to it? Like, if it was a recipe for this machine, it should be here. It's not. It's just gone. Okay. All right. I just have to accept reality, I guess, and just it's just gone. So I'll just throw in another one. Seems they changed the texture that they're using here, though. Wait, is this the correct mod? Expanded. Oh, it's expanded, not extended. Expanded. Okay, yeah, that one looks... Okay, so it is a crafting recipe. So it is a regular crafting recipe here. So it should be in here somewhere. The question is where would it be? I see an invalid one, brass nugget. Brass. Was that where it was? Probably it doesn't really matter, honestly. Most likely it's an invalid recipe. But the question is where would that... Well, that's where the brass nugget was. Doesn't really matter in the end, but it matters to me. Nope. That's the interface. Pattern provider. There it is. It is indeed an invalid recipe. Oh, look at that. Oh no, that might actually be correct. Who knows? Uh, am I sure that this is the correct mod? Expanded AE, yes. That is undoubtedly the correct mod. So it looks like they changed the pattern, or changed the recipe here. That might be the why. Where was this at? It was there. Okay, so... Right. Okay, so they changed the recipe. That these were regular pattern providers, but they changed the recipe to require 2 extended AE pattern providers. Okay. Okay, that kind of makes sense now. Because these things were significantly better than these things at being a fraction of the cost. That's why I went with them. Okay. Okay. That's why they changed that recipe. That's what happened there. Alright, well it makes that I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. back. Okay. Make all of them. I'll keep that so I can keep track of where I was. Oh, it shows me there. I didn't really need to do that, but whatever. Should be fine. There we go. Now I can make all of the laser lenses. Though for this specific application, I need purple. So I think that's what I needed. Yep. Oh, interesting. That gets me zirconium ore. But yeah, purple's what I need. Okay. I should be using the builder. Builder would be great for this. It would be if I had gotten this last block here. There we go. Okay. So, directly under this, I want this and this, because alright, and then we're going to have the chamber itself kind of like this. So, yeah, okay, that is where the fluid comes out. Okay, okay. So what I'm probably gonna do is have like laser IO here. It's gonna be pumping fluids out. Like this here-ish. Since this is where power needs to go in. Alright, I'm going to have this here. Oop. This here. Oop, that's the wrong thing. Oh, that was my builder. No, that was not my builder. Oop. I need more glass. Maybe I can just grab it from here now. Actually, just grab a whole bunch of this stuff here. Actually, I want that in my bag. And oop, perfect. Okay. Okie dokie. And we also create a landing sort of thing while I'm here. There we go. Because this is going to get completely blocked off. Okay. Complete the underside of this cage here. Oop, not what I meant to do. I should probably actually do this first. I can't even tell if that's in the right spot, honestly. That's the problem with this. Okay, so it's hard to work with. Oop. Just simply because I can't freaking see it. Okay, so here. Okay, so that's 3 high. So 2 more blocks. Let me turn up my screen brightness or something. I can't freaking see what's going on here. Just guessing for the most part. I think I've missed some. I did indeed. Alright, well, that's easy enough to solve. Where did that even go? Okay. Right. Okay, now come over here. Fill this up. Okay. Okay. Now, if it somehow breaks out, it won't be able to escape this chamber once it's fully sealed off, thus limiting the damage it can do. And that needs to be bigger. I'd say 2 blocks, maybe. I don't know how your range upgrades are going to affect things here. Ooh, I didn't realize that it was for that machine. Okay. Okay, yep. So let's see what a +2 does to this thing. You're the +2, right? There it is. I can't put a +2 in this. Oh dear. Okay. What upgrades can I put in this thing? Can I even put in something that'll limit efficiency? We have processing speed. I don't think either of those is going to help. Copier, which should probably be useful at some point, but not right now. Efficiency, processing speed. Okay, so I can't put an upgrade in that thing, I guess. Hmm. Well, that's that is unfortunate. That is an unfortunate thing that I now have to design my machine around. Okay. Okay. How am I going to do this? Thing is, I have had things go wrong and this thing lose power before. So I'm kind of really paranoid about wither escapings. The fact they can go through a 1x1 is kind of an issue. And this creates a 1x1 by putting it here. But this is kind of about where it would have to be in order to keep the wither subdued. Put that there. That'll kind of prevent it from escaping out the bottom. And built kind of a little platform for me to stand upon. Okay. Well, I think I'm just going to have to build a chamber here. Oops. Not sure how that happens. There we go. Oops, damn it. Need that. Yep, okay. Okay, dokie. Let's see, I need essentially a maze here, or a labyrinth, whatever you want to call it. Uh, that would probably do it. Now, if it comes down here, it won't be able to shoot directly out. Well, it still can here. That is incredibly difficult to see. I really hate how connected this texture of this glass is. Oh, but I also need to get power out somehow. Okay, okay. Not a problem. And just make this a little bit bigger here. Right, and okay. And now I can run power cables here. Oh, that's also not a big deal. I can just kind of do this sort of a thing. Extend it out a little bit further. Okay, and then here I can. Well, actually, I can kind of do this and foop. Oops. Wrench. All right. Right. Okay. Perfect. Let's try that again. There we go. Awesome. Whoops. Not so awesome. Okay. I need a tank now. Tank. That'll do. Need two of these. Probably gonna need one of these. And I'm gonna need two of these. Okay. Put this here. That there. Pop this here. Extract. 5 buckets. Yeah, that's probably fine. Can this reach all the way to this one? I highly doubt it. But it's worth a try. Let's try that without falling. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think so. Try plunking it down there. I accidentally disconnected it from that. Okay, yep, I can see the beam now. Okay. And now I can put that there, that there, that there, that there. Loads this up. I suppose with power cables here, I don't really need a dedicated landing spot. I can just land on the cables. Okay, and down. There we go. That. That. Okay, so I'm going to need to hop up here, place down the stuff for the wither, come down here, seal this up, and supply power. Well, okay. So many things could go wrong with this. But I suppose it'll at least be contained if it does go poorly. Yeah, I don't know if that would count. It has to be on the thing itself. Well, here we go. Try it again. Okay. So supposedly it's working now, maybe? It's doing something. Okay, it looks like it might be working. I think we're good. You know, if I was smart, I'd use laser IO to supply power to these drills. I don't know if I could actually push enough through, though. Or maybe just a flux point. Well, I don't really want to use the flux points because that creates points of failure that are outside of this system. Alright, well, this seems to be working for the moment. How much fluid we got? None. We have 0 fluid. Why no fluid? Okay, remove that. Maybe it's a chance thing, like there's only a chance of it being produced every time it completes. I'd be really surprised if that was actually the case. What am I doing wrong here? Well, we don't have a laser going down into the thing, but that could just be like visual thing. Or it could mean that it's too high up. It's too high up, isn't it? God damn it. Okay, well. Okay, so plop it down here. Oh! Well, that's interesting. I didn't know they would do that. Still don't see a laser beam, and it's still not producing anything. But I thought they had to be on the same level as the thing. I didn't know that they would shoot downward like that. Is that too far? Might be too far away from them. Aggravating. Okay, need to shrink down. Where's my shrinking thingy? I know it's here. I just don't see it. There it is. Wait a minute. Is that a Pokeball in that book? Kind of looks like it. Anyway. Okay, so laser. Ooh. Okay, so that laser there is now able to do that. Let's give it some juice. It's going to be slow because it's only got one laser. In fact, the lasers don't seem to need a direct line of sight. It's going to be a little bit of a game changer once I get this thing working. It produced stuff. Okay, we've hit it. We're there. Okay. Uh, okay, so how am I gonna do this? Well, Okay, so fix. Oh, come on. Stupid birds. Oh, that could have been bad. That could have been real bad. Oh, that could have been real bad. That could have been real bad. Okay. Oh boy. That pick is way too freaking good. I need to seriously remove efficiency from it or something. It's too good. Like, look at this, missing half the cage over here. Alright, well, that's annoying. But since I can completely contain this thing now, I suppose it's not really that big of a deal. Well, yeah, I still want this cage thing here, though. Actually, I guess I don't really need it. I'll remove it. Okay, and then... Okay, okay. Now I will lock this here, this here, lock this here, lock this here. Okay, and this here, down there. Okay, good, 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 good. Can I connect these directly now? Uh, nope, still can't. That's fine. Perfect. Okay. Mm, it's annoying. When the builder works, it's nice to have. When you miss, slightly less nice. Yeah, in fact, I'm going to go the other way around simply because I don't want to connect to that just yet. Actually, I could go under, couldn't I? That'd probably be better. Perfect. Oh, but this thing's kind of in the way. That's annoying. Does mean I'm going to have to open this machine up again. No, stick that there. This. This. That there. Perfect. Okay. How much of this crap we got now? 70 millibuckets. That's pretty good. Pretty good start. How many do I need to make the wither placer? No, it's a sewer. Well, very similar. They kind of aren't. Okay, so I need 135 millibuckets. Okay. It's not too far off. Maybe I'll just leave this alone and just let it run for a little while. Come back and revisit it later. Even if there's a power failure, it should not be able to escape from there. Though it could cause me some costly damage, but should not be able to get out of there. Should be nice and contained. Okay. Right, I'm still small. Oh yeah, next up, we can upgrade stuff, because I have vibranium now. And I have vibranium smithing templates and the ability to make more. Alright. So, smith. Actually, first thing we're going to do, we're going to get rid of efficiency off this thing. It's too good. Yeah, this one. Alright, that should remove the enchantments. Alright, so let's try that again. The hell is going on? Okay, S, I. Okay, that's interesting. That's not what I meant. Key, I. Silk Touch and Boon of the Earth. Okie dokie. How many levels do we need to get this onto the pick? 29 levels. That's not too bad. Okay. So, there's no reason to upgrade the Silk Touch one, but there is reason to upgrade the Fortune one. Boom. Now I can mine out the final tier. And we also have this that we can upgrade. I need another one of these, though. Smith. How do I get Ancient Stone? And I think that pretty much demonstrates that I've been spelling ancient wrong this whole time. Uh, stone. Ancient stone. Okay, so apparently I can craft it using copper, oxidized copper, soul lava, and blue ice. Alright, how do I get soul lava? Is it something I can only get from bees? Kind of looks like I can only get it from soul lava bees. Okay. Soul lava. Soul lava genes. And an egg to get that. Great. How do we get soul lava genes? So it kind of looks like we already need soul lava genes to get the soul lava genes to make the soul lava bees. That is less than ideal. Looks like it's a quest reward. You, okay, so you get it, and it gives you 2 of them. Okay, that's helpful. No, it looks like they expect me to get that, like, shortly after that, which is interesting. Alright, I guess I could just read what this says. Soul lava is part of the Aldemodium. It can be found in the Other, very rarely underground or common in piglich villages. Okay, so we need to travel to the Other. Okay. Okum dokum. We'll need to take a bucket of soul lava and pour it over a ghastly bee egg to make soul lava bee egg. Okay. So we can get soul lava from the Other, and Ghastly bee eggs. Ghast. Bee. Oh, I guess that's ghostly, not ghastly. Ghostly. Which we need ghostly genes for. Was it ghostly? Yeah, it's ghostly. Okay. How do we get ghostly? Looks like we need ghostly genes here to get the ghostly spawn egg. That's super helpful. Does this have anything to say about ghostly spawns? Is there a way to zoom out on this? Okay, we can. Hmm. Okay, well, kind of looks like it expects us to go straight from productive bees into this. So the ghostly bee egg must be fairly easy to get a hold of. Otherwise, I think it would tell me. But it just looks like I just need ghostly DNA. Can I make it? No. Well, I'll say I'm going to need to delve into the fun, magical world of bees. I can't imagine bee breeding is going to be all that entertaining. I'm going to also probably watch a few videos on it, so I'm going to go ahead and just end the stream here. Might continue later tonight. I don't know. So, thank you for watching. Have a good evening.